Now, as we move on to a higher quality uniform, we move to Mizuno. Mizuno is known as the world's best gi, and I say that mostly because most world champions are wearing the Mizuno gi. Most world and Olympic champions will be choosing not, some have sponsorships and that's what the team wears, but you'll find that given a choice, most international athletes are choosing the Mizuno gi. Why is that? Well, some of it, it looks great, it wears beautifully, but also the performance. It fits really well. You're not gonna invest in the Mizuno gi and be disappointed. That's for sure. So we have two different models. Okay, the basic Yusho gi has the IJF approved. So this is approved by International Judo Federation. If you're a club member, you don't need this. If you're just working out at the club, if you're not competing, you don't need this. If you're competing provincially or nationally or you don't need this. If you bump up and start fighting in international tournaments, if you make the national team and they send you around the world, you want to show up the tournament with this just in case they're checking, no matter what age. Okay, if you're 14 and going on an international tournament, just to be sure, you should get one with the International Judo Federation logo approved gi. So with this gi, what's happened is the IJF will certify that the cut is appropriate. The cut meaning the weight of the cut of the uniform will fit most people, but most importantly, so they'll take measurements of the collar thickness and the collar width and the crossover between at the chest. It has to be certain dimensions. These have been approved. Now again, the crossover of the uniform is important for you to pick the right size, but with these you'll have minimal shrinkage, almost none. And that's another thing with, again, reinforce that a higher quality uniform, you're getting the best cotton. So in the Fuji and in the Mizuno, the best cotton makes the difference. If we can make these uniforms probably for half the price what they cost, but you're ending up with a poor cotton, and the poor cotton is going to shrink a lot. It's not going to last. You'll see tears. You'll see inconsistencies in the weave. That's things to look for in a poor quality uniform. But if you invest a little more money in a Mizuno gi, you're getting the world's best, isn't it? It's a confidence builder going into competition knowing you're wearing the world's best product. You want to do anything, if you want to improve performance by 5%, walk in wearing good gear. Forget about how much you've trained, but even having the confidence, knowing you're going to battle with a good uniform, you're going to increase your performance. It might be psychosomatic, maybe, but who cares? It's proven. So this is the Yusho, beautiful uniform, won't shrink a lot. It's weighted. Some people would say that it's weighted too light, but that is the IJF regulations these days. Some people who haven't bought a uniform in a while say, I want a heavier one. Well, heavier ones don't really exist that much, especially with the IJF approved logo. It's made to a particular weight to address that issue that people were making gis that were too heavy. Not that long ago, probably 10 years ago, some of the suppliers were trying to sell me a uniform that could actually stand up on its own. It was so rigid and so tough, and the weight of the gi was so heavy that it could stand up on its own. So IJF has put a stop to that, and they've made them a little bit lighter. It's actually improved the judo. So there's that one, and then we have